Welcome back. This is JD.
And I'm Reggie, and with the art of relating, and we got a special guest with us here today.
Yes, we do. Juanta, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, JD.
Oh, it's a fabulous day today, even though it's raining outside. Tell us some of the things that's going on with you. What have you been doing, girl?
I have been excited about 2013. We're introducing a new seminar this year.
Okay.
And it is titled Spiritual Teaching and Training for Business Owners.
Okay, spiritual teaching and training for business owners. That's kind of got a good ring, doesn't
It does. Now,
because it kind of means that, right?
Right. The spiritual part of the consultant. Now, how do you blend that in with your training?
Okay, we blend it in by explaining how the scriptures work in your life. For example, I know all of you meet a lot of people that says, I can't do this because, right?
Yes.
That's the first thing they start out with.
That sure is.
The scripture tells us in Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue. They that speak it shall eat the fruit thereof. If you keep saying you can't do something, you never will get it done.
We talk about that all the time.
Yeah, we do. Now, do you encourage people? Now, say if you meet someone that want to take up the training,
Okay.
but spiritually they're not where maybe you want them to be. Now, how do you get a person to look at the spiritual part if they're not that spiritual person?
Well, we can always just bring it down to the natural sense.
Good.
That's
good,
all we
okay.
need to do. The spiritual part is there. That's how we learn.
Okay.
But it's like a baby. You take him, give him his first steps. He's not going to run until he learns how to walk.
Okay.
So a business owner that's not where he's supposed to be spiritually is not going to get it until he learns it.
Okay. Well, tell us more about what you're doing and the process a person would go to if they came to you and wanted you to help them promote their business.
Okay, what we do is we help business owners get to the next level.
Okay.
If they're starting out, we teach them how to plan for their business, how to write a business plan, how to
Okay,
put their
that's what I was gonna
strategies
say.
together, how to get everything documented so that they'll have something to work with when they start their business. A lot of business owners, they get a great idea and they want to go and start, they don't want to plan, and then they hit a brick wall because they don't know where else to go. And then what else, the other thing that's happening is when you start out as a new business owner, you're working from a skill set that you've acquired in corporate America.
Okay.
Okay, when you were in corporate America, that skill set was great because you had managers, you had a support team, you had
true.
everything that you needed so that you could be successful in corporate America.
Right.
Well, guess what? When you start a business and you become an entrepreneur, you may or may not have the staff that you need when you start out.
Okay. Now, would you be able to help nonprofit organizations
Yes,
also?
yes,
that's
we
a
can
good
help them as well.
Okay.
And that's good because they need a lot. When they apply for the 501c3, a lot of them don't know what to do, you know, what it
Exactly.
takes for them to get that.
Exactly.
And with your business, then you can also enlighten them. Is there a training course that goes with that to show them step by step how to write for the grant or how to do the fundraising?
The training is actually in the instruction manual.
Good.
We do have a chapter in the manual that talks about writing grants.
With the grant writing there, because we've done that.
Okay.
It's all in the verbiage.
Exactly.
If you don't, you know, you got to be specific, and it's a certain way of talking. Like you said, in the corporate world, you have to know how to talk.
Exactly.
You have to know how to meet the clients.
Now, how about that person that's just getting started, never been in business before, but actually need more of a hands-on show and tell of how to do that. Now,
Okay, what's good about that is in our very first chapter in our instruction manual, we talk about things to consider before starting your business.
Okay.
So we have all of the little details, all the things you want to think about, budgets, pricing, who your clients are, what do you want to do, where do you want to be.
Okay.
It kind of covers everything.
And that's good because you need an outline.
Exactly.
It takes away some of the nervousness.
Exactly.
Helps you to get focused on what your ideas are so that you can write them down. Because you have those ideas, right, Reggie?
That's right.
You get them, but it helps to have them written down because with our schedules, and we don't write things down, we forget.
Right.
He's like, did you remember to do that? No, because I forgot. And that's good that you've already got it itemized down so that they can go and feel comfortable in what they're doing. You're getting ready to start those classes soon, right?
Exactly.
The training sessions.
We should have them.
How do we get in touch with you? Because our viewers probably, I'm sure they're going to want to know how to get in touch with you, where to find you, all that information.
Okay, they can go to my website.
Okay.
That's www.rudisons.com. And Rudisons is spelled R-U-D as in David, I-S as in Sam, O-N-S.com.
Cool.
And if they want to call, the number is 678-889-2249.
Ms. Rudison, let me ask you one other question. For the individual that comes to you that has no clue, no spiritual upbringing,
Right.
would you recommend them to continue to come and you'll help them along the way for the business structure and for the spiritual part? Because you having a spiritual part of doing what you're doing. Now to have them come in and something sort of like me when how I used to be, kind of hard-headed for the spiritual part of it. A lot of times we want something to show us. You got to have almost to the point of the stick turning into the snake.
Exactly. Well, we can handle
or Burger
that.
King.
That's easy. Okay. I know when we think about spiritual teaching, we automatically think about the Bible and what we're going to teach from the Bible. But you can't talk about the Bible to someone that's not familiar with it. Okay, let's say you're taking let's say somebody's trying to start a sales and marketing team. The first thing you want to do in sales, you have to ask for it, right?
That's right.
What does the Bible say about that? You have not because you ask not. They may not know that that's coming from the Bible.
Okay.
Eventually, when they start getting to the point where they want to learn spiritual training and teaching, they're going to find out where that came from.
And she's got a lot of points, and I'm liking that,
Okay.
So we're going to need to have you back.
Okay.
But I think we'll be right back right after this.
With Kelly Infinity and Mitsubishi, you get the dealer you can trust with over 70 years experience. If luxury and performance fits your taste, check out our roomy FX35 or QX56. After you join the Kelly Car family, we're here with the Kelly Car Service Center, featuring factory certified technicians for all our cars. We're conveniently located on Chapman Road, first dealership on the right on Auto Road. Look us up at kellycars.com. Chattanooga, Tennessee is not that far.
Roses like you've never seen before. A personalized touch, the new way of expression. We print logos, images, signatures, and messages directly on line flowers. Yes, live flowers. You understand that? Live flowers. Order today online. www.apersonalizedtouch.com. That's the personalized with the IZED. Don't get it mixed up. PersonalizedTouch.com.
Order today online. Call us at 678-597-4212. Remember, birthdays, Mother Day, and holidays, small businesses, corporate events, whatever the occasion, we will personalize it for you. That special person, customer, or member. We'll talk about your gift now and forever.
Carnival Glory Ship presents the Kappas at Sea Cruise, departing from Norfolk, Virginia, May 19th through the 24th with the Sail Away Party on May 18th. Submit your low deposit now because cabins are going fast. On the ship, the Stogies and Stilettos event, casino and captain party, beach party, and more. Work out with former NFL player Ed Hartwell. Portion of the proceeds will go to the Dr. William Billy Taylor Endowment Fund and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. For reservations, call 804-548-9780 or email worldwidetravel247@gmail.com. Use promo code ADVYBE. It's the Kappas at Sea Cruise.
Hi, I'm JD.
And I'm Reggie.
And we are with The Art of Relating. Welcome to our show.
Today we got some great guests. Someone I met a while back, JD, and he's from Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's doing some great things to help the community, to help our community. And today we have Reverend Paul Brown and his lovely wife. How y'all doing today?
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing great. Doing
Good
great.
to be here.
I know y'all had problems to get here in the traffic, but we all here and safe and sound, and
Yeah, we won't talk
that's
about
a good
that
thing.
we thank God for that. That's right. That's right.
Reverend Brown, your organization, It Takes a Village Today. How did you get it started, and why did you start it?
Well, you know, that's a loaded question. I guess you would say that it started in 2002. And we went through the process of becoming a 501c3 nonprofit organization because we wanted to serve the community. I guess the way I got started was because I'm a formerly incarcerated person myself. And I'm so thankful that I can say that I have received a full pardon, and I've worked through that. And I'm trying to show other men how to overcome those barriers and become a very vital part of the community to give back rather than take from it. You know, because, you know, it's hard to fit back in, you know.
Okay. Now, you told us you've been in existence since 2000. So what are some of the organizations you work with, and what are you doing with those organizations, churches, and what partnerships do you have?
Well, we have several partners. The Pardon and Parole Board for the state of Georgia has backed us. Mr. James Donalds was the chairman, and he endorsed us. Department of Corrections, Reentry Department, they back us. Department of Human Service, Child Support Office, they back us. At the U.S. Justice Department, we partner with them as well. We have a special group that I'm really close to, that I'm a chairman of. It's called Persons Impacted by Incarceration. It's 1 in 13 persons that are on some type of supervision by the Justice Department in the state of Georgia. So that's a very high, very, very high rate, you know.
Tell us what your organization actually does.
Okay.
You know, it's a reentry program for incarcerated men.
That's correct.
So tell us about what you do, the avenues that you take for us getting them reacclimated back to coming into society.
Well, the first thing we do is we go to the transitional centers in the state of Georgia. We started with a pilot program at Clayton Transitional Center, and the program was set up to see would it work and how effective it would be. So it's an evidence-based program. And they took that pilot and they ran it to every transition center in the state of Georgia. So the people that are in North Georgia get the same thing people in South Georgia. We get the men to come in and we sit through an 8-week program where they learn parenting skills. They learn communication skills. They learn how to reintegrate back into the community. We also help them with clothing. We help them with housing if they need housing. Sometimes when you've been away for a long time, you lost connections, and you don't have opportunity to go back to the same place. So we help them with the housing as well. We also work with employers to try to aid them in getting their self situated on employment. They have opportunities that people don't even know about.
Okay.
A lot
I
of
know one thing, JD and myself had opportunity to come and participate in the Christmas celebration you had for the men there at Clayton Correctional Center, and we had a blast.
We did have a blast.
I mean, just to see men
just
have
fun.
hope, have that hope in their eyes, and know it's an opportunity that people are doing something to help them. You know, a lot of times we find out, you know, a lot of men that's incarcerated feel like no one cares, and you all showed them more than enough love to give them that.
And we really appreciated you all coming out for our Christmas
We
celebration.
had a blast.
And with the classes that we teach each week in the transitional centers, the guys are actually preparing themselves to reconnect with their children. So you got to see actual reconnecting with their families and just enjoying them. And you don't realize how hard it is to reconnect with your kids once you're incarcerated. So we kind of give them a hand up so they can just kind of blend back in with the family.
And that was one of the things, because I was going to ask you too about exactly what is it that you guys do with the families and, you know, the churches in the organization. But speaking back on when we were there, it was so wonderful to see the children. And by Reggie and I, and Reggie got a chance to speak and everything, and one of the ladies said now she's more convinced that she's going to hold on. You know, because he's locked up, she's there being a single mom, taking care of the children, right? And most of the time, the unfortunate part that I'm noticing is that the women give up on the men, and they don't give them another chance. And by them doing that, I'm sure that has a lot on their mind, because then they think that there's no hope. You know, I might as well stay in here, because when I get out, she doesn't care, you know, or they're not there, or they're on the drugs. And instead of working with them, turn their back on them, put them out, kick them out, but then yet want to bring it up in their face and remind them of things that they've gone through in a negative way, which is not good. And the thing that I really applaud you guys with, you are, and I call you my strong woman, okay? And as Reverend Brown said, he was once there, but you didn't turn your back on him. You stayed, you raised the children, and I'm sure it was hard on the children, but you stayed, which I believe helped to motivate him to bring out really what God had lying dormant in him anyway. And brought it to the forefront. Now just think about how, if you had not been there for him, where would he be? See, you have to kind of think about things like that when you, and it takes a strong woman, a woman that was already ordained, that God knew he was going to go through that, but he gave you the right, he gave Reverend Brown the right kind of woman that would be there to help gird him, to get him back in place.
And then you have to realize that some of the men, you have to let them know that all relationships do not last and do work.
That's right.
But what's the other important factor are the kids. You have to have a relationship with your kids.
Yeah, well, I think that was one of the things that touched my heart the most. And just like you said, all relationships don't last, but the love of your kids is everlasting.
Everlasting.
And to see them holding their kids, giving them gifts, and seeing the excitement in their kids' face, you know, even though their fathers are not walking out with them, they still had that excitement. You still see the love, because see, a lot of times that's something only God can provide. You know,
well, see, our visitations are totally different than what the state requires. The state will let you come and visit, and you sit across from a table and you talk to your loved one. anybody that's been in a situation understand. People that don't understand, I want them to understand. We bring the children in and they be able to touch their father, feel their father,
That's
to
right.
talk with their dad, to love on them. They will provide food for them, you know, and it's an opportunity for them to say, well, my dad is okay. See, everybody locked up is not a bad person. They just may have done
That's
a
right.
bad thing. And circumstances have caused them to do bad things. But if they showed us, like you say, somebody that care, somebody that want to be involved with me, you know, then you can say, well, I can go to the next level. I ain't got to try to prove this no more. It's
That's
the way.
right.
It's the
You can
way
turn that page.
You can turn that page.
Yeah, and then kind of move on.
It's just to turn that page. That's right. You know.
Now, I want you to tell us how people can get involved with your program. I know you said it takes a village, so we need everybody because this affects everyone's family.
Across the board. Doesn't
Across
matter.
the board, you know, regardless of what color you are,
That's right.
what race you are, if you believe in God or you don't, it affects someone's family.
Well, it's called It Takes a Village Today.
Okay.
Now, see, back in the day when we was growing up, Reggie, me and you both from Atlanta, so you know.
Yeah.
If you did something going down the street, Miss
let's not
Mary,
remember that.
Mr. John, everybody gonna get on you before you get.
Yeah.
Then
I
when you get
remember
home,
that.
mom and dad, they gonna get on you too.
I've
You
been
know
there,
what I'm
been
saying?
there.
That's
You
a
know,
village.
be standing in the house, and mama was
That's
like,
the
"Yeah,
village.
I already know what you did before you got here, so you're getting it
You
again."
gonna get it again. That's right.
So, yeah, I
So
understand
you know, if people can volunteer, you know, I invite them to come out to visitations with us, you know, to support the kids. You know, maybe they can help write letters. You know, 'cause we do have counselors on
That's
duty.
good.
And we have,
Give us the website so that our viewers can.
I'll let you do that.
Our website is www.itavtoday.org. And we also have a Facebook following.
Oh, that's good.
And you
That's
can
good.
also make donations through our webpage.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's really good.
But I know, Ms. Brown, the question I want to ask you, when you was there for Reverend Brown and you was going to
Roses like you've never seen before. A personalized touch, the new way of expression. We print logos, images, signatures, and messages directly on line flowers. Yes, live flowers. You understand that? Live flowers. Order today online. www.apersonalizedtouch.com. That's the personalized with the IZED. Don't get it mixed up. Personalizedtouch.com.
order today online. Call us at 678-597-4212. Remember, birthdays, Mother Day, and holidays, small businesses, corporate events, whatever the occasion, we will personalize it for you. That special person, customer, or member. We'll talk about your gift now and forever.
Carnival Glory Ship presents the Kappas at Sea Cruise, departing from Norfolk, Virginia, May 19th through the 24th with the sail away party on May 18th. Submit your load deposit now because cabins are going fast. On the ship, the Stogies and Stilettos event, casino and captain party, beach party, and more. Work out with former NFL player Ed Hartwell. Portion of the proceeds will go to the Dr. William Billy Taylor Endowment Fund and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. For reservations, call 804-548-9780 or email worldwidetravel247@gmail.com. Use promo code ADVYBE. It's the Kappas at Sea Cruise.
Ms. Brown, we're back, and I want to ask you a question. When Reverend Brown was incarcerated, and you was having to deal with the kids and all the responsibilities that was left on you, what type of support system did you have, and tell us about some of them?
You know, you definitely have to have a support system. Of course, I had my family, my church family, and of course, I relied a lot on God. And That's why we're so passionate about what we do, because I know that you have to have a support system, and we're hoping that we can be that support system for a lot of families to help them through their disorder.
And I saw it when we was there
Yeah,
at the
you could
correctional
feel it.
center.
Yeah, I mean, you
You
could
know,
feel it,
just
right.
the love
Right.
of the family members that attended and the kids that was there. You could feel it.
Yeah.
You could see it, and I think that was
And then
something.
you could tell the respect that they had for Reverend
Yes,
Brown.
that's right,
And
that's
Mrs.
right.
Brown, it was like they were their mom and dad. Right?
That's right, that's right.
The absentee parent, because you could feel they did not want, especially Mrs. Brown, they did not want her to be upset. They could say, wait a minute, are you cool? And they're like, she said, I'm cool. And they're like, oh, okay.
Well, what the future holds for today? It Takes a Village today.
Well, you know, first I want to respond to what you said about respect.
Right.
You know, a lot of guys be in the street, they don't have no family.
That's true.
So we go in as a family, and we want to promote family in the future, hoping that every person, every man that has a child support case, put child support out of business by being an active father, by being
That's right.
by being a good dad.
Right.
Everybody need to transition. I want to have a big house where they can transition to get on their feet. A complex, apartment building complex where they're going to come in and they can get on their feet, they can get them a job, they can get their own places, you know what I mean?
Get the training.
So what
and
the future
bring out the
hold-
entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
in them, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But what the future holds for It Takes a Village? What you are planning on doing that's not in place right now?
Well, what's not in place right now is the apartment complex. You know, we are going to purchase a building
Good.
this
good.
year
That's a good thing.
for men to transition to. That's what I'm gonna need everybody help from. Is to
Absolutely.
help us to purchase a large complex for them. You know,
And that would be a good thing.
and it's gonna see that takes strain off the society, off the taxpayers,
Yes.
because
It does.
because men and women have somewhere to transition to.
Yes.
And that's
get the
and
soft
that's really
skill.
needed. you
Yes,
know,
it is. It is,
because they got to come out, and correct me if I'm wrong, they come out and they've got to actually learn how to reconnect in society. Some of them may have been in there so long that they don't even know what's new, even on television.
I'm gonna have you come back and visit with us again.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Again, we want you. Thank you so much for
That's
coming
right.
to be a part of our show. God sent people, and we want everyone to follow us on www.thejdandreggieshow.com. Also follow us on Twitter.
That's right.
And actually see this interview and any information about Reverend Brown and It Takes a Village today.
Oh, and we don't want to forget Juanta Rudison.
Yes.
She was marvelous.
Yes, she was,
A phenomenal
she was.
young lady that was talking to us about entrepreneurship, the spiritual aspect of it, as well as how to do it in the business form
Wonderful.
and how to get everything together. She was phenomenal. Yeah, we want to say, make sure we say
And
that too.
from
The JD and
Reggie Show, make sure you
the Art of Relating.
Art of Relay. Make sure you tune in and see us every Friday at 9:30.
That's right.